Missouri cannabis leader accused of using predatory contracts to win social equity licenses. John Pennington, that's right, say his name, John Pennington, a key figure in Missouri's burgeoning cannabis industry, is facing serious allegations that he used predatory contracts to gain an unfair advantage in securing social equity licenses. Oh, really? These licenses are part of a state initiative aimed at helping communities disproportionately affected by past drug laws participate in the legal cannabis market. Pennington's company, Green Growth LLC, allegedly entered into agreements with minority and disadvantaged individuals, promising them lucrative opportunities in the cannabis business. However, these contracts reportedly contain terms that many now describe as exploitative. Excuse me. The agreements include high-interest loans and clauses that allow Green Growth to seize control of the business if the partners failed to meet stringent and often unrealistic conditions. Several former partners have stepped forward, sharing their experiences of being misled and manipulated. One partner, who wished to remain anonymous, stated, "I thought I was getting a life-changing opportunity, but I ended up getting trapped in a cycle of debt and legal threats. The terms of the contract were so one-sided that it was almost impossible to succeed." The Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services, which oversees the cannabis licensing process, has launched an investigation into these allegations. If found guilty of these practices, Pennington and Green Growth LLC could face severe penalties, including the potential revocation of their licenses. The controversy has sparked a broader discussion about the efficacy and integrity of social equity programs in the cannabis industry. The critics argue that while the intention behind these programs is noble, the execution often falls short, leaving room for exploitation. They call for more robust oversight and clear guidance to ensure that programs genuinely benefit those they are intended to help. Lisa Thompson, a social equity advocate, commented, "The situation underscores the need for stricter regulations and a better enforcement. Social equity licenses are supposed to level the playing field, but without proper safeguards, they can easily become tools for exploitation." As the investigation unfolds, many in the industry and community are watching closely. The outcome could have significant implications for the future of social equity programs in Missouri and potentially set a precedent for other states grappling with similar issues. In the meantime, those affected by Green Growth's practices are left to pick up the pieces. "It's a devastating betrayal," said another former partner. "We entered into these agreements in good faith, believing we were being given a fair shot. Now we're just trying to find a way forward." This case highlights the ongoing challenges in ensuring that social equity programs truly serve the community they are designed to help. As more states legalize cannabis and implement similar initiatives, the lessons learned from Missouri's experience could prove invaluable in shaping policies that protect and empower disadvantaged entrepreneurs. I mean, this story is very near and dear to my heart. For those of you that do know me, I do a lot of work with the social equity community, and I offer those services for free, something that I don't think many other people do, because I want to see this succeed. I want to see them succeed. And it's heartbreaking and it's frustrating, and it's, much more of the same. This happens in every state, and these regulatory bodies have a duty of care to the people that they regulate. And it's beyond just making sure that someone pays their license fee. If you're creating these regulations around who has day-to-day site control, around how much of the company needs to be actually owned and how the profit should be split, but you're not doing the due diligence to make sure that these are the things that are actually happening, then you are failing these applicants and these business owners. And to see someone like this scumbag, yes, sir, scumbag, sue me, whatever we want to do, I'm going to tell you how I feel, pulling this in Missouri, this is just, it's disgusting. And it's, once again, maybe he's somewhere in the Jensen family tree, because this is very much in line with just predatory, selfish bullshit. And I'm so sick of seeing it. I'm sick of seeing it. It's not just white people that are doing it. I've seen black and brown people also taking advantage of social equity applicants. This is not right. This is to support a specific group of people, not necessarily based on color, but on socioeconomic situations, on disproportionate impact by the war on drugs. This is supposed to be restorative justice, and we're not seeing that. We're seeing theft, and we're seeing predatory practices over and over and over again. So I want to hear what you guys have to say, but it's disheartening, and it's just bullshit.
Jenny Beth, thank you for covering this, and thank you for saying what you said. It's not just white people taking advantage. Sometimes, unfortunately, it is people who look like us. And just remember, if you know what the hell is going on, I'm not going to name any names like I did back in 2018, and I got blackballed for naming names out loud. But it all came to fruition, and just know that the blood is on your hands too. When people get affected by this, and chickens do come to roost. Whether it's today, whether it's tomorrow, whether it's well down the line, this shit will catch up to you, and you will get fucked over in the long run for this, called out, and nothing's worse. You can get money back. You can't get your reputation back as easily. Just remember that.
And I will say names. They've been trying to cancel me for years. It hadn't worked yet, so I guess, just keep on keeping on.
And keep receipts, too, because I got my receipts, and those people will not say anything publicly about me, because I will fuck them up. Y'all know who you are.
I'll fuck them up, too, Rico. I got your back.
Interesting, you guys. I think you guys should just share with the crowd their names, but whatever, you know what I mean?
Dig deep enough on my IG profile, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, man. You're giving all these people hella extra homework.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And I mean, it is a shame what's happening with a lot of these predatory gifting mechanisms in a lot of these states when it comes to social equity, and it's just sad because we really all are capable of doing better, but it's not happening.
Yep.
And these folks are walking around and looking at neighborhoods and looking at have people calling through phone books like, hey, did you know that you could be qualified for a social equity license? And you're catching people who don't know any fucking better. And they're like, oh my God, I have a chance at generational wealth for my family. And then putting them in these predatory situations, suing them. Jesus Christ. Is
this the same guy that was tied? Because we did cover. We were we were promoting so much about how Missouri was getting everything right. You remember that, Jason? And just days after that whole story about these folks out of Missouri putting out Craigslist ads. I didn't know Craigslist was still popping like that, but Craigslist ads trying to court social equity applicants. I wonder if this guy is tied to that. Oh yeah, have you been disproportionately affected by the war on drugs? Did you
may be titled.
Yeah, they're paying people $20,000 to put their names on social equity licenses, so they don't get any part of the business, but they got 20,000 racks. Yeah, 20.
Yeah, that's definitely exploitation.
I mean,
right
shout out to Kareem Webb. He did the same thing here in LA. He's now over our airport commission. So if you're an LA voter, you might want to look into that a little bit. But he took all these people's fucking grant money, didn't pay their licensing fees, had this whole fourth movement situation. You guys can Google it. I've tried to help a lot of those people get out of abandonment because he just left them on their ass after he took all the grant funds and misappropriated them. So, I mean, you see it over and over and over again. And I'm just calling out to the regulatory bureaus that are saying you have to have these certain things to do whatever with this license. Where the fuck are you guys at? You're in everyone else's business. You're minding every P and Q except for the ones that protect social equity applicants. So please switch that up a little bit. Give me something to report on that's positive.
Well, look